What's up, you guys? Finally got around to making another video. Do you guys think I take too long between videos? Should I be putting videos out more often? I don't know. I guess I don't know. I could have made one this weekend. I just was being fucking lazy. That's usually what it is. I'm usually just being fucking lazy. But I got to the yard. I'm in Nashville. Got here about an hour or so ago. You know, left my trainee in Dallas to pick up recovery and all that shit. But before I get to that, lot lizards, right? I hadn't thought to make a video about lot lizards before. I guess it just hadn't really occurred to me. But someone left me an interesting comment about lot lizards. So you know what? I mean, hey, fuck it. This is actually a pretty good video, I guess, to make. I've seen with my own two eyes maybe 8 lot lizards, 7 or 8 lot lizards in my entire 8-month career on the road. You know, my 8 months on the road. And I've been propositioned by. I was propositioned by maybe 3 or 4 of them, maybe 3 of them, I think, something like that. From what I've seen, and this is every corner of the country, every fucking corner of the country, every state, all over the place. I don't see them. Like I said, I've seen a few, but they're not. I haven't seen anything like the videos that you'll see on YouTube of like 20 lot lizards walking around, knocking on the doors of truck stops. And I like to think, I have a couple theories as to why you don't see lot lizards like you used to see them. And I think part of the reason why is because no one wants. Look, when you walk around to a truck stop and you pound on somebody's fucking door and you wake them up, you know, to render services, and they're not fucking interested, they tell the truck stop, and the truck stop doesn't want lot lizards out there, you know? Now, from what I've seen, it's typically larger inner city truck stops that will have any lizards at them. It's not the ones out in the middle of nowhere in the country. But I think another reason might be that just law enforcement has cracked down on it a lot, I would think, because this human trafficking thing is so fucking big now. I know it is in Texas, you know, human slavery type shit, sex slaves and all that bullshit. So I'm thinking it's just, you know, I don't know. It's not like what motherfucker, you know, you're not a truck driver yet, and you're looking at the internet, and you're, you know, reading shit and looking at videos and talking to other truck drivers, and, you know, they talk about lot lizards and shit. If you're looking to come out on the road and get some pussy, it ain't gonna be that fucking easy. You know what I'm saying? And once in a fucking blue moon, you'll have a chick walking through the parking lot, and you'll be sitting in your truck or whatever the fuck you're doing, and she'll just she'll see you in your truck, and then she'll kind of make eye contact with you. When you make eye contact with her, this is a couple times is what happened to me, is they'll just kind of look at you and say, like, wave, or say, you know, fucking, any, want me to come over, what? And all you gotta do is just give them a wave. Nah, I'm good, you know, no reason to be a fucking dick about it. And then they'll just continue about their way, you know. I haven't had any knock on my door, which is a good thing, because let's just say, don't be fucking knocking on my door if I'm asleep, because I will tell the truck stop that you're knocking on my fucking door. That, I would like to think that's one of the reasons why a lot of them disappeared, you know, especially a lot of inner city truck stops now have a police presence. They've got off-duty cops or rent cops, whatever, motherfuckers looking out for shit like that. But I've only seen a few of them, and look, it's just like the panhandlers at the truck stop. If they see you sitting up in the cab, they may walk over and say, "Hey, blah blah blah, whatever. You know, you got any money you could spare?" And if it's a lizard, they may say, "Hey, do you want a massage, or you know, you want some company or something like that?" And I just politely, decline. I wouldn't look. This is my opinion on the whole thing. Okay. I don't have a problem with prostitution. I don't have a problem with lot lizards. You know, as long as they're not bothering me. I don't have a problem with that shit. I really don't. Look, I know there's fucking, there's problems with it, just like anything else. But it's just, it's the same problems we have with other things. Cars are legal, but people die in car accidents. Alcohol's legal, but people die in fucking, drunk driving accidents. People still drink and drive and beat their kids and whatever. My point is, look, it's the oldest profession in the world. I think for prostitution to be illegal in the first place is a complete fucking waste of resources of law enforcement. You're talking about one person you're like wants to have sex like for money. Like, hey, I'll give you some money and we'll have sex. I don't see the problem with it. And that being said, I've never been with one, and I don't plan on it. And honestly, I don't recommend it. Look, if you're in your hometown and you go try to pick one up, could be picking up an undercover cop, because they do that shit. I would not recommend that. Now, as far as the lot lizards are concerned, you could still be fucking letting an undercover cop into your truck. And that's bad fucking news bears if you gotta explain to your company why you're in jail and your truck is sitting in a truck stop because you got arrested because you propositioned a goddamn undercover cop. Now, I don't know how often that happens, but the main reason I wouldn't want, even if she was really attractive, which a lot of them aren't, there are, as I've heard, some attractive ones out there, I wouldn't let them in my truck either way. Because I got my shit in here. I got my wallet, I got a pocket knife in here, I got expensive electronics, I got all kinds of shit in here. And I don't need someone I don't know climbing up in my truck where my wallet is, and I got lots of stuff, because just the horror stories I've heard about prostitutes robbing people at knife point, because they're like, yeah, I'll take a blowjob for $30 or some bullshit. Chick gets in, pulls a fucking knife, said, I'll take your cash. I've heard stories, man. So look, like I said, I could give a fuck if prostitution's legal or not. I don't fucking have a problem with it at all. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it takes two to tango. You blame the prostitutes for being prostitutes, like you blame the fucking, you could say like, well, it's the truckers are to blame, the lot lizards are to blame. It's people. It doesn't have shit to do with, she's a hooker, he's a trucker. People want to fuck. Men want to fuck. Some women need money, and what they have is a vagina, and they sell that motherfucker. I mean, it's whatever, but that's just my opinion on it. I couldn't give a fuck. Like I said, never been with one, and I really plan on it. But if other dudes want to do that shit, if there's females out there that like, yeah, I sell my body and I make decent money, or I make this money, that money, whatever. Everybody knows that even though it's illegal, it doesn't fucking mean anything. There's prostitutes that get arrested over and over and over and over and over, and they just keep on fucking doing it, and the cops fucking know it, the judge knows it, she knows it, they all fucking know it, but we just keep playing the same fucking game. Send them to jail, cite them, give them, ticket, send them back out on the street, in and out, just clogging up the court system, so motherfuckers that need it for something else, they're waiting because, there's prostitutes or whatever, it's bullshit. Whatever. Anyways, look, yeah, honestly, if you decided, look, I all I'm saying is I highly recommend you don't use a lot lizard. That's my recommendation. You know what I'm saying? I would just avoid the shit. Now, but look, if you were going to use one anyway, obviously fucking use a condom. Obviously. That rule has nothing to do with prostitutes whatsoever. You should use a condom really if unless you're in like a long relationship, like a serious relationship, you should always wear a condom. And really, even if you're still in a relationship, you should probably still wear a condom. You know? I mean, unless you want to get a chick pregnant, you know, it's not that fucking hard to not get a chick pregnant. You know, it's not that fucking hard. You know, I've been doing it for fucking years. And I don't have any kids with my last name. You know, I have worked actively to not get any girls pregnant. And so far, I've been successful. You know? I just, you know, it's fucking stupid. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I would recommend against it. You're letting a stranger in your truck, you know, where all your stuff is and stuff like that. Wouldn't do it, you know. But yeah, I mean, I've only encountered lot lizards a couple times, you know. I was at one pilot and there was I believe she was a lizard. I'm almost 100% positive, but she was standing by the door, the entrance, you know, to the truck stop. And she had a guy with her who she wasn't really talking to all that much, which I would assume is her pimp. And she was actually relatively attractive. She wasn't half bad. You know what I mean? But I was like, nah. You know, fuck that. You know, I would recommend against that. You know, I'm not even really like a big strip club guy and shit. I'm just not into it. You know? I just got a lot more things I'd rather spend my money on. Really, all you gotta do is just, look, if you're really horny, get on the internet, jerk off, 5 minutes later, hey, not horny anymore. I'm gonna go, you know, go about my day and go do some other shit. Instead of going down to a strip club and spending $4 on per drink and then, you know, spending all this goddamn money. I don't know. I just don't get it. It's like gambling. I'm not a fan. I'm not big on gambling either. I've been to a strip club before. I've gambled before. I just don't get it. You know, it's like whatever to me. But hey, different strokes for different folks. But anyways, you know what? I don't know what else to say on that matter. You know, I mean, that's pretty much everything I think about it right there. Is I would avoid the lizards. You know what I mean? Look, I mean, I don't think a whole lot of them are, you know, being trafficked anyway. I don't think they're, you know, in slavery, whatever, a lot of them. I'm sure some of them are, though. And just for that alone, like, I would never want to have sex with somebody that didn't want to have sex with me. You know? So, I mean, look, I get it if it's like, she's like, whatever, it's just money, you know, let's do this. But if she's like there, if she happens to be there against her fucking will, I think that's fucking terrible, right? And just for that fact alone, because you don't know if they're doing it against their will or not, I would honestly avoid that shit. Really would, you know. But that's all I know. That's all I'm gonna say about that, you know. That was a really interesting comment, by the way. And I don't really even know what to say about that comment, but that's pretty gnarly. That guy sounds like a fucking idiot. But anyways, finally dropped my trainee off, man. Had him out for almost 5 weeks. It would have been 5 weeks today, I think, and it went well. It went really well, you know. I mean, as far as me and him getting along and stuff like that. Now, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but the fucked up thing about it is, you know, I only ran one really good week, and all the other weeks were mediocre. Now, you know, like, I ran a 6,000 mile week that I talked about in the last video, but all the other weeks have not been that great. In fact, most of the weeks I've run with my last trainee, like, is borderline shit I could have done by myself. No problem, you know. 2,800 miles, 2,400 miles, 3,400 miles and shit. It just wasn't that great. Now, granted, there was some fucked up shit that happened here and there. You know, we picked up a load, a little short load, to run to Arizona, to pick up, to deliver that at the mine, and then pick up a copper load, and, you know, take it to the yard, no, take it to Dallas, or whatever. We got there about an hour late, and they wouldn't take the motherfucker till Monday, so we had to sit in the Arizona desert for a whole fucking weekend, which is really just a screw up on operations part. They dispatched the load a little too late for us to get it there, and they thought it was a hot load, but it wasn't. It was all fucked up. So that week sucked, and a couple of weeks sucked. So, you know, I'm at the yard now. Tomorrow I'm gonna holler at my DM and just say, hey man, you know, I don't know if it's just because I'm a new trainer or if there's any fucking reason at all. I have no idea. But when I leave with my next trainee, we need to be running harder. We need to be pulling off minimum 4,000 to 5,000 mile weeks. Not this 2,800, 2,400 mile shit. I could do that with my fucking eyes closed by myself. And I could do that shit and still take a reset on Sunday. You know, no problem. So he's gonna have to run me fucking harder than that. I'll give him another trainee. I'll give him another month, one more trainee, and I better be knocking out 4,000 or 5,000 mile loads, or I might as well just go somewhere else because I can make better money. You know, I became a trainer to make the money, but you know, look, I'm not gonna hold it against him. I want to talk to him in person tomorrow and just say, look, bro. You know, especially with this guy, the last guy that I just had, this guy's he was a worker, man. That guy could just drive and drive and drive. That guy was born to be a fucking truck driver. You know, he's good. But, yeah, I dropped him in Dallas to pick up a recovery, an old 10-speed, and then they had him run over, pick up an empty trailer, and pull that back. He's actually, should be on the yard at some point. I'll see him cruise by here in a minute. But yeah, you know, it went well. It went well. I'm gonna miss him if they start giving me a whole lot more miles because, you know, he was on it. You know, I wasn't afraid to work and shit. But I don't know. He's got some family matters going on at home and stuff like that. You know, whole wife and kid deal. You know how that goes. I wouldn't, but no, I don't know. But I don't know. He might end up leaving, just depending. You know. Just suck because he'll do pretty good at this job if he decides to stay. Other than that, here I am at the yard, and I'm gonna go home and get some home time. I'm praying to God that I can get home by like Friday afternoon. That way I can go out to San Antonio and see my good friend. His band is playing live in San Antonio Friday night. And I would really like to fucking see that shit if I can get in there, but that would mean I'd have to get to Houston in 2 days. I don't know if they give me if they give me a load to Dallas, I can run it in a day. If they give me a load from Dallas to Houston, which they always can, I can be there fucking Friday. You know, get the trainee up in a hotel for the weekend, and I'll go hang out and all that shit. So we'll see how it goes. Fuck, I mean, I'm okay if they want to send me home during the week. I don't give a shit, but they don't like doing that. They always want it to be over the weekend, you know, so fucking whatever. They gotta make that shit happen. But other than that, yeah, the trainer gig, so far the trainer gig is working out. Now, money-wise, it's not really. Just not getting the miles. You know, just not getting the miles. You know, I don't know what it is because I talked to another trainer out in Arizona, and he's been running consecutive 4,000 and 5,000 mile weeks, no problem. 6,000 mile week, that's a heavy fucking week. You know, you're driving your ass off, you know. But we'll see how it goes. That's all I got right now. That's all I want to talk about. Besides, 20-minute video is good enough. No, I'm trying to think about. I should have read some of the comments before I made this fucking video. I could have addressed some of them. Can't think of anything. I appreciate the subscribers, and I appreciate the positive comments. And like I said, you know, anybody with any additional questions, go ahead and leave them, and I'll answer them. So I don't know, I'll end this video and then I'll go take a look at the comments, and I might make just a little short video based on some of the comments. I can't think of any of them right now. I'm fucking tired. But yeah, that's all I have to say about that. So I'll talk to you guys real soon.